majority of people, they go into conversations with the intentions of being right, much rather than understanding and comprehending. There's a book by called The Science of Being Great by Wallace D. Wattles, where he explains that once you understand that people are always going to have a different perspective of yours, you can get through life a lot easier. Because now there's no intention or desire to have conflict. Now you're just taking in whatever information it is that they're giving you, analyzing it, and then applying it in whatever type of way. So I think that that contributes greatly, because people go into these conversations with the intention of fighting back, putting up some type of rebuttal. Oh, that's not true. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And it just goes off into a whole other world where now we can't even have a conversation. Now we arguing. Now we going back and forth. So I think that going into conversations with the intention of understanding the opposite side will save everybody the headache and confusion that we see every single day.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. One of the things that I do too is I kind of size up what I'm dealing with too. I'm as I pay attention, I understand some people are not good at expressing their feelings or getting out what they're trying to say.
Hmm.
And so I'm just kind of mindful of that, and I kind of get them a little bit of space to be able to do so, because the goal is to try to get some understanding here.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you may not be that person to reach them to get the understanding that's needed. You
Yeah.
might have to involve somebody. Maybe I'll go to therapy or something like that, because it could be you. It could
Hmm.
be them. I mean,
Hmm.
some people just not gonna get it, and then you got to make that decision whether you just want to be a part of if you want them to be a part of your circle. If you
I,
got some time invested, like if they family, your kids, you ain't got no choice. You just got to keep hammering away, because the one thing that you can do is just be consistent, and then hopefully one day they'll be able to get it. Or if it's not reaching them, then you try to look for other resources to be able to put it on a better display for them.
Something else too, and I learned this with screenwriting. It's important to not only listen to what people are saying, but also be aware of the subcontext of what it is that they're saying too, and listen to what it is that they're not saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all a part of communication and better understanding people in general, their body language. There's a reason why there's so much studies. There's a lot of studies on these different uh, avenues of how people communicate. And if we only limit ourselves to one part of it, then we'll be completely oblivious to what's really going on. So I think that is everyone's, as an individual adult, responsibility to hold themselves accountable, especially if you're in a relationship. On top of, if you want to be in a relationship, it's important for you to understand what and how good communication looks, so that you can apply it not only for yourself, but for your children, for your spouse, for your grandkids, for your nieces, nephews. When you get on these panels, for the people that's paying attention, that's watching it, because we are so often taking in poor information by people that have shitty communication skills, and then it's spreading out to the world, and now it's a mass forest fire that everyone now think that this is how you're supposed to communicate.
First of all, I would like to say that I feel like, no disrespect to his wife, that Sweeney is my spirit animal, first of all, spirit human. And let me tell you why. Because I'm factual, okay? I've always said that. With my debate background, with my human psychology and body language reading background in college, I find it very simple to recognize when somebody's a poor listener. I listen, I hear, and I reboot, and I come up with a rebuttal. Okay, so that's how I work on these panels. Some people don't like it. And I think it's because that I'm a female and I'm a strong female. But I hear everything that everybody says. But because I come back with a certain fact or a certain statistic, or I don't source my statistics, or my IQ says, oh, well, she's smart, so she's just going to say it off the dome. Um, it gets miscommunicated. I'm actually a huge avoider of conflict. I don't like conflict in my life. This is the most conflict that I've ever had in my life on panels. But I do believe that poor listeners are the major contributors of conflict. And I said, but poor listeners are also the people that spend with somebody that's spitting facts, because I've seen it happen to Sweeney every Thursday. When people that are spitting facts, they're so busy trying to figure out, trying to prove you wrong, um, that they're not even hearing what you're saying. And I sometimes feel like I'm a victim of that. Um, I hear everything that everybody says. So I urge anyone listening to this to take a debate class. I was a master debater, or to take a speech class. I was. Oh, I was. I was on the debate
No,
team.
you didn't get the
I'm
it's
telling
a
you.
man joke.
Oh,
It's a man joke.
okay. My bad. Sorry. I don't even want to know. Please just spare me.
Just say
But
that 5 times fast.
what? Say what five
Master
times fast?
debater. Master
Oh
debater.
God. No, I get it already. Stop. I'm done, sweetie. Anyway, so I urge people to take speech communication classes, even if it's not in college. You can do it in high school, so you can learn how to hear and and have a rebuttal, opposed to having a rage emotional output. Because whether my rebuttals seem passionate or enraged, they're still the truth. So at the end of the day, I feel like a poor listener is always gonna bring conflict, and they usually have a tendency to cut people off. I'll sit here and smile at you while you wrong as hell. You know, the only people that I am comfortable cutting off are people that I consider my friends. Like, I will cut Hink off in a second. I do consider Frank Hink my homeboy. I've known him over a year. He has never he know what I'm going through right now. Like, that's the homie. Sweeney, just newly. Like, I realize what kind of brain capacity he has. I That's my spirit. He like a spirit human to me. We're the same kind of thinker. So those kind of people I'll cut off. I'll be like, wait a minute though. But like other people, I don't do that. I don't waste my time because I don't care. As far as like, if you're wrong, you wrong. And then I'm gonna tell you later when it's my turn that you wrong. But other than that, yeah, poor listeners, man, they are the worst. And I feel bad for some of the people that y'all be on panels with. uh Sweeney, bruh, I don't know how you do it. I don't. He, I don't know how they do it. So yeah, you gotta be a listener before you can be a replier, before you can be a scholar, before you can be anything like that. Because if you can't hear what somebody is saying, at this point you just making shit up to be mad about. And that's when things get funny for me. And I start laughing at you because at that point, you just a joke. And it's no looking down on you or you beneath me. It's just you a joke. You clearly not a listener. So I'm going to just keep rebutting and proving you wrong. It's in my blood.
Even the masters need training. Even the masters need training.